Good day everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something slightly different. We have the Iron Man Lego set, the Armory, but today we have Lego versus Lepin. Now I'm going to go through the points that I think are important in regards to the Lepin versus Lego, and I will give you the conclusion to whether I feel that the Lego is worth buying over the Lepin version. Now, as you can see, both sets are identical. They both come with 4 of the Iron Man suits, as well as the 2 bad guys. I don't know what they're called, to be perfectly honest. It also comes with the mech bot, the fire extinguisher, and the computer desk. Now, I do have transfers for both of these sets, but I haven't added them as yet. So the set on the left-hand side here is actually the Lepin set. Now, at first glance, there isn't a great deal between them. The colour blue on the background here behind the suits is a little bit more blue than the actual Lego version, which has a hint of blue but is a lot more see-through. To be perfectly honest, I quite like the Lepin version of the screens. And again, that goes to the computer desk, etc. here, which is slightly more blue. And the actual Lego version, although the Lego version is a lot clearer. If you like this kind of review, the Lego versus Lepin, then please drop us a like. Feel free to subscribe. I will be doing more of these if it is a positive reaction. It would really help to grow the channel so I can do more of these in the future. The build quality between the two, very little to choose between. I had good deal of fun building both of them, although I do find, although this will sound a little niggly, that the Lego pieces generally have a slightly smoother edge, and I do find that if I am building the Lepin for any period of time, the edges on everything are just slightly sharper, and I do find that having an office job that my fingers do tend to hurt by the time I finish doing a Lepin build, where after doing the Lego build I didn't find the corners as harsh. We'll take a look here at the Lepin one first. Now, all concertina's out. No issues, as I say, with the build quality. Pretty solid, to be perfectly honest. All the pieces were there, which are exactly the same as in the Lego version, which I will show you in a moment. The colours, as I say, in some areas are slightly off. The popcorn machine, whatever you want to call it, the colours in there are slightly duller than the actual Lego versions themselves. Let's take that off. Here we are with the Lego version. I'll send a concertina out again just to show you. There's a green piece in there. All the suits, etc. does wrap around both ways, which is quite cool. So again, the build quality is obviously better just because it is the Lego itself. As I said, the sharper edges, and generally the colours. Depends on the colours obviously that you like. You can probably see it actually a lot better from the rear. Just the different colours in the blue there. That one's obviously quite a lot darker than the one on the right here. This is the genuine Lego. It's not enough to put me off, I must admit, since I quite like the slightly darker blue, but it's not really a game changer either way. So in regards to the actual structures themselves, there's very little to choose between the two. The thing that really does stand out and that really is different between the both sets are the prints on the Lego men themselves, and I'll show you them right now. So here's the first suit. As you can see, the prints are slightly different, and obviously the one on the right is a lot more pronounced. You can see the colours a lot better. The one on the right is the actual Lego version. The helmet is very similar, but again slightly different. The eyes are slightly smaller. The mouthpiece on the Lepin one on the left isn't quite as defined as the one on the right. Again, only small but quite important details. Again, same with the rear, that the one on the right, the Lego version, is much more pronounced. It's shiny versus a dull kind of matte on the other one. Again, looking at these two, not a huge amount of difference between the two. One on the right hand side, his mouth is slightly different. The chest piece is a little bit more pronounced really on the left hand side one. The left hand side is Lepin, the right hand side is Lego. The trousers on both are almost identical but not quite. The back, again, one's quite silvery, the other back piece. Now we start to come to the real difference between the two. You have a look at the one on the left versus the one on the right. The colour is much better on the one on the right. The helmet's much better quality. The print on the left one is actually slightly off. It's not even in the middle. The legs look completely different. And the chest cavity, the light source is slightly off centre on the one on the left. So the one on the right, obviously the Lego one is superior in pretty much every way. Same with the backs. Again, the one on the right is just superior to the one on the left. It's pretty close, but it's not quite a biscuit. Going again on the final armour, and again, same with the back. The back on the right one is just much more pronounced than the one on the left. Same with the faces on this one. Again, the one on the right is the genuine Lego one, and as you can see, it's just a better quality than the one on the left. Left is very, very blue in comparison and is missing some of the details, i.e. the eye patch. The beard's different, the mouth, pretty much everything's different. Doesn't mean that it's worse, it's not quite there. Again, same with the bad guys. Not sure what these things are called, to be perfectly honest with you, but the ones on the right, again, are quite a lot different to the ones on the left. The gold is much more pronounced. The details better. The faces are just better on the ones, the Lego versions itself. But at a glance, you wouldn't really notice. You can't tell a huge amount of difference between the two. Now, between the two Lego mechs, there's not a great deal to choose between both of them. The face is almost the same. There is a little bit more patterning on the one on the right. For those eagle-eyed viewers, the one on the left is missing a finger. Now, that was the Lepin version, which unfortunately was missing that one piece out of the whole set. So, although a piece was missing, it's not an integral part to the entire build, although it's a little annoying, and it's the first piece that I've actually found missing in one of the builds that I've made from Lepin. So the conclusion between the two sets, I try and give you a completely unbiased opinion. I'm not selling anything here, so personally, it's a hard one. It's 50-50, depends what you're after. I would suggest, if the models are what you want, the suits themselves, the detail on the Lego ones are superior to the Lepin ones. The actual structure itself is 99% the same and can't be distinguished. However, the suits are very, very different. The Lepin ones just aren't as good, aren't as pronounced. The colours aren't as good. So if you are buying this set just for the armour themselves and for the actual Lego figures, then I would recommend the Lego version of this. However, if you just want to buy the set just for the sake of having the set, or just because you want to build it, etc., I would go for the Lepin set over the Lego set, just due to the fact that it's considerably cheaper. It's about a third of the price, and when all said and done, the quality is pretty much there. Unless you have the two sets side by side, you're very hard pressed to be able to tell the difference. Thank you for watching. I hope that was good.